tes amis t'ont fui. Mon ami, ce n'est pas grave. Bientôt ils vont se rallier. Bientôt ils vont se rallier. Plus de millions, milliards. Ma cœur est croisillée. Zagba le requin. Nadège Tibiana. David Bouchenier. Et des Otio. Elise Isao. Sokoba de Saounier. Mako Panambos. Président IBIen. Yeah. Souvent c'est compliqué. Quand j'ai fini de barrage, je gagne mon argent. Yeah, yeah. Même si c'est pas milliard, je peux jamais dire que Dieu m'a pas donné l'argent. Yeah, yeah. Même si c'est 10 000, c'est l'argent. Euro, dollar, c'est l'argent. Ça fait courant, je me défends, j'aurai l'argent. C'est l'argent. C'est Dieu qui est fort, c'est l'argent. Dis-moi, oh, oh, oh. Aïe, aïe, aïe,
الشباني دور بيها دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها ياه دور بيها الشباني دور بيها دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها الشباني دور بيها يا دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها دور بيها شباني دور بيها دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها هنا الهي هنا خير من هي يا طالع الغابة والنار شعلة فيه هنا الهي هنا خير من هي يا طالع الغابة والنار شعلة فيه الشباني دور بيها لا 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 الشباني دور بيها يا سرجولي عودي وعطوني الجمو يا باش تركب عليه القيد حمام يا سرجولي عودي وعطوني الجمو يا باش تركب عليه القيد حمام وهنا الهي هنا خير من هي يا طالع للغابة والنار شعلة فيه هنا الهي هنا خير من هي يا طالع للغابة والنار شعلة فيه دور بيها وديها للسينما حلت صدامك يا خويا وعطيها يا دور بيها وديها للسينما حلت صدامك يا خويا وعطيها هنا الهي هنا خير من هي يا طالع للغابة والنار شعلة فيه هنا الهي هنا خير من هي يا طالع للغابة والنار شعلة فيه دور بيها الشباني دور بيها دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها ياه دور بيها الشباني دور بيها دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها ياه دور بيها الشباني دور بيها يا دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها ياه دور بيها الشباني دور بيها
يا حبيبي يا حبيبي
Sage on the beat.
Africa love, Africa love, Africa love. I come on to West Africa, me country in a salon, me city in a free tongue, book films, but a salute. We can eat, guess with hands, send and done with different sauce. We believe in God, yes, Ghana, Papa God with us. Woman then gets training, we man them hard working. We can join hand together for make better team happy. Garlic in the garden, the plant Steve in plaza, swagger with me a food nine, and the only a back, Kasada ton gari, Kasada ton fufu. We can guess with hand to God and say, by God, yeah, what we get for Kubo putting the like a diamond and gold. Guys is in the place warm, race is in the place cold. But woman the leg for body from bloody Meggy or Jolly. Now they go woman can get the chance for meeting old party. The rag balla together and they go to self falla. The check now the map, you the friend we now West Africa. Not to man, not to woman, not in people. No matter how you day, I tell you we all equal. Every nation getting type and belief system. We can pass the same lesson till we begin them. We culture a reach and the people the friendly. We tradition, the values, the morals, we blend with family, we not warrior. No matter who say we come once, we get the African blood and the food now we got. We skillful, we handy, we hardworking. Religious tolerance, now we nation, but that's something. Everybody get the rights for belong Usa in one day. I thank God for salon, the peace and we feel. Pasada live and rest. Speaking friend and a salon, the goosey soup in the bar, Nigeria man can enjoy the bamboo and the okko, Ghana back in the pata, Liberia Tobogi, then Kisan and Dong Walla. The same people, we can sit on a one table, we all mingle. No matter who say you come out Africa, now you home, that's a food for your soul people.
شي وحدة زوينة كتكون سباغة عمره في حياته ما بغى كتكون سباغة وانا جاني على القانا امتى غيجيني وانا واللي جاني على القانا صح يبغيني انت غيجيني صح يبغيني وعنده الزين وانا الحب وعنده الزين عنده الحمام دايره في داره وانا الحب وانا الغرام جابني تلدارو كيقولوا حظ سواري وماشي اللي جات تديه قرية همه مزيان وصعيب وحدة توصل لي وماشي اللي جات تديه صعيب وحدة توصل لي وانا جاني على القانا انت غيجيني وانا واللي جاني على القانا صح يبغيني انت غيجيني صح يبغيني وعنده الزين وانا الحب وعنده الزين غادي نجيب له اهتمامه يبغيني ويموت عليا هو وزينه وحمامه يبات يحلم بيا عنده الزين عنده الحمام دايره في داره وانا الحب وانا الغرام جابني تلدارو عنده الزين عنده الحمام دايره في داره وانا الغرام جابني وانا الحب وعنده الزين عنده الحمام دايره في داره وانا الغرام جابني تلدارو
سلالات متري الصانات كبري أنا ناس عقري ኩሽ ባህርሽን ተሻግረው የጀግኖች ሀገር የአዳም እግር አሻራ ፈለገ ጊዮን ያንቺ ስም ሲጠራ እንኳን ሰማይ ላይ ባንዲራሽን አይቶ ስምሽ ሲጠራ ማን ዝም ይላል ሰምቶ እንኳን ሰማይ ላይ ባንዲራሽን አይቶ ኢትዮጵያ ሲባል ማን ዝም ይላል ሰምቶ በሰማዩ ላይ ቢታይ ቀለም የሷ ነው እንጂ ሌላ አይደለም። የመጪው ዘመን ፊት ናት መሪ ዛሬ ዓለም ቢላት ኋላ ቀሪ ተውኝ ውጣልኝ ልጥራት ደጋግሜ ኢትዮጵያ ማለት ለእኔ አይደል ሆይ ስሜ ቢጎል እንጀራው ከመሶቡ ላይ እናት በሌላ ይቀየራል ወይ ይዣል አነሳም እጄን ከቀሚሷ እናት እኮ ናት ተስፋን ቆርጥበሷ የሷን ውለታ ከፍሎ ሳይጨርሰው ኢትዮጵያ ሲባል አብሮ አይልም ወይ ሰው ኢትዮጵያ ኢትዮጵያ ሀገሬ ሀገሬ ኢትዮጵያ ኢትዮጵያ ሀገሬ ሀገሬ ባንቺ አይደል ወይ ክብሬ በሰሜን በደቡብ በምስራቅ በምዕራብ ላይ ሙሉ ይሁን ያንቺ ሲሳይ በሰሜን በደቡብ በምስራቅ በምዕራብ ላይ ሙሉ ይሁን ያንቺ ሲሳይ ይራቅ ይራቅ ችግር ከመጣሽ ሞሎ ሞሎ ይሁን ሲሳይሽ ይራቅ ይራቅ ችግር ከመጣሽ ሞሎ ሞሎ ይሁን ሲሳይሽ ይራቅ ይራቅ ናይ ሞሎ 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 ናይ ሞሎ 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 ናይ ሞሎ ሞሎ ሞሎ
في بالك تونس خضرة تتحب من أول نظرة الأصفر رمل الأخضر جبل الأحمر غالي دم لليتها وسيدها الفحل في بالك الورد في جنينة يتعاشقوا مش بالشوك يتراشقوا وفي بالك محلاك تحلي في الكليمة في بالك محلك تونسي تعاشر وتطلع في القيمة. في بال أي واحد غيرك برا تعلم الدنيا في سيرك، ألوان وأشكال اللي يبان تعبيرك أنت وضميرك. في بالك تونس سمرة تمرة، تونس حب واحنا الثمرة، تونس رجال ونساء وعشرة تبان، تونس ألوان.
Souvent c'est compliqué. Quand j'ai fini de barrage, je gagne mon argent. Yeah, yeah. Même si c'est pas milliard, je peux jamais dire que Dieu m'a pas donné l'argent. Yeah, yeah. Même si c'est 10 000, c'est l'argent. Euro, dollar, c'est l'argent. Ça fait courant. Je me défends. L'argent, c'est l'argent. C'est Dieu qui est fort. C'est le fait de se lever en pleine forme et de voir le soleil. Y'a rien de mieux, yeah, yeah. Mon ami, l'argent que tu as, y'a des gens qui barabara pendant 10 ans, ils n'ont même pas ça. Yeah, yeah. C'est zéro qui n'est pas bon. Ce que Dieu te donne, faut prendre. La vie là, c'est boulot, boulot. Yeah. C'est vrai que les gens dorment sur toi. Faut compter sur tes pliants. Tu peux partir de 0-0. Tu en garant. Avant je
بيها الشيباني دور بيها دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها يا دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها دور بيها شيباني دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها هنا الهي هنا خير من هي يا طالع الغابة ومرش على فيه هنا الهي هنا خير من هي يا طالع الغابة ومرش على فيه وديه السينما حلت صدامك يا خويا وعطيها يا دور بيها وديه السينما حلت صدامك يا خويا وعطيها هنا الهي هنا خير من هي يا طالع الغابة ومرش على فيه هنا الهي هنا خير من هي يا طالع الغابة ومرش على فيه دور بيها الشبال يدور بيها دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها يا دور بيها الشبال يدور بيها دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها يا دور بيها الشبال يدور بيها يا دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها يا دور بيها الشبال يدور بيها دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها الشبال يدور بيها دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها يا دور بيها الشبال يدور بيها دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها يا دور بيها الشبال يدور بيها يا دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها يا دور بيها الشبال يدور بيها دور بيها تخدم عليك وعليها
يا حبيبي يا حبيبي
afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sanyu Christina Namutebise Matimba, and I am from Kampala, Uganda, and I am a teacher in the EL department. Community, welcome to the African Leadership Academy, Taalu. This Taalu is an Arabic word which means come together, and this is the opening ceremony for the academic year. This year, we're going to have 2 Taalu ceremonies, one now online with our community, and with our community on and off campus, and with our year ones who are all at home. And our second Taalu will take place during a later time, during the academic year. Speaking of year ones, we are so eager to get to know you. And we know that you guys come from a very diverse and you're very interesting, and a couple of us have had a bit of communication with you. And we would like you guys to answer a couple of questions for us. So the first question is, what is your favorite food from home? Or I can phrase it in another way. What food will you miss when you come to the African Leadership Academy? Please raise your hand and you will be unmuted. There will be a notification on your screen letting you know that you are unmuted. And then please introduce yourself to the Academy. So what is your favorite food and what food will you miss when you come to the African Leadership Academy?
Thank you. So hi everyone, my name is Hannah. I'm from Canada and Morocco. So there are 2 typical, like one typical Canadian food and one typical Moroccan food that I will miss the most when I'll come on campus. First one is pâté chinois, and I really tried to Google if pâté chinois, if there are some spots in South Africa selling pâté chinois, but I was not able to find one. And then the second one is couscous. And I low-key wish I'd be able to eat some when I'll be on campus, but you know, Moroccan couscous is like typically Moroccan, and there's especially one type of Moroccan couscous called couscous bakhdari, and it's only available in like certain typical tribes in Morocco. And yeah, those 2 foods, yo guys, I am currently considering if there are any options where I can probably, just bring some with me when I'll be in South Africa, but I can. But yeah, these are the 2 foods that I've been missing the most.
That is so good. Lovely to meet you. I suggest that you pack food in your suitcase. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for sharing with us. Okay, who is next? If you are unmuted, please introduce yourself, tell us where you're from and what food you're going to miss. Please make sure that you're also commenting on the chat.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Saif. I'm from Egypt. I guess the food I'm gonna miss the most is bamia. And for Egyptian who's there, they know what bamia is. It's kind of like a plant, which is, can be mixed with meat and tomato sauce. And it can be eaten with rice. And I'm gonna miss this dish the most. My mother made bamia for me today, so it's gonna be like a good way to say goodbye to bamia before coming to ALA. And yeah, as I said, I'm gonna miss my family, of course. I'm gonna miss my friends, but I guess I can make new friends here at LA. So I'm really looking forward to meet you all on campus.
Thank you so much. We are so excited to see you. I'm so excited to see the year ones. Oh my goodness. And I'm so excited to see everyone on campus when we finally get to be on campus. We have one more person. Raise your hand. Please introduce yourself. Please let us know where you are from. Please make sure that you tell us what food you will miss when you come to campus. Hello?
I was smooth as butter.
No, we were smooth as well. برضه بس
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Okay, I think the host can choose somebody else. Okay, if you are unmuted, please make sure that you introduce yourself and you let us know where you're from and what food you're going to miss on campus. Okay.
Hello, my name is Kudus Gilman. I am from Ethiopia. My favorite food that I will miss the most from my home country is injera, which is actually made by an indigenous plant called teff, and yeah, it's pretty much on every meal that there is in our country. So I'll be missing it a lot when I come to Ireland. Thank you.
Thank you so much for letting us know what you're going to miss. Apparently it slaps. I'm not Ethiopian, but guys, it slaps. I've never tried it before, so I think I need to experiment a little bit more. Okay, so funny story about the first ALA event that I attended. I remember I used to teach at another institution and I attended Taalu. Taalu was my first ever ALA event. And I remember sitting next to my best friend and listening to a very, very interesting man. I was completely and utterly mesmerized by the way he spoke, his diction, his tone, and his beautiful use of extended metaphors. And his hair. I mean, I had never seen anything like that. I was wondering, what is his hair care routine like? Does he use shea butter? Does he use kantu? Does he use coconut oil? Does he use amaka? I don't know. But I knew that at that moment that I had to come and work at ALA. Community, I would like to introduce you to a brilliant communicator, an orator, the Dean of the Academy, Dean Hatton.
Thank you, Miss Sanyu. I am honored by your words, as is my hair. Masai al-khair, bien après-midi, good afternoon, Academy. Today is a treasure, but a strange and difficult one. On the one hand, I am mourning the sunshine laughter of our typical Taalu, the quad, resplendent with bright and hopeful fabrics, everything and everywhere and everyone, pulsating proudly with potential. On the other hand, I am grateful for a feeling of entanglement. Although I am physically alone on a quickly flattening bouncing ball in my house, spiritually, I feel enmeshed, entangled, held in something invisible. It turns out that the most powerful forces in the universe are invisible. The strong and weak nuclear force, electromagnetism, gravity, all of these are invisible to the naked eye, and yet they literally hold the fabric of the cosmos together. Also invisible is the coronavirus, which has suspended so much of human society. We cannot see it, and yet it locks us up, holds us apart, and stalks the air between us. Several months ago, when the crest of the pandemic wave was first breaking, Google chose to honor a doctor from the 19th century in their doodle. Ignaz Semmelweis was a Hungarian physician who studied and worked in Vienna. In 1847, he joined a teaching hospital, the Allgemeine Krankenhaus. During his time there, it would come to be at the cutting edge of medical science. Physicians and trainees at the hospital would spend parts of their day training and part of their day delivering babies. Sometime into his work at the Krankenhaus, Semmelweis observed that deliveries which were attended by physicians, by doctors, had a dramatically higher rate of death than those attended by midwives. Almost 1 in 5 of the deliveries handled by doctors would result in a death. And those deaths were mysterious. Shortly after the delivery, mothers would succumb to violent fevers and other complications. The cause of death was an unclear malady, referred to at the time as puerperal fever. Stranger still, Amongst the midwives, the number was closer to 1 in 50. Although the doctors were more trained and probably higher compensated than the midwives, their results were 10 times worse. After observing this trend for some time, Semmelweis developed a theory. Doctors and students were spending their days dissecting and working with cadavers. Then, as now, the remains of human deceased were used in the teaching of anatomy and surgical technique. Semmelweis theorized that when doctors came across to the maternity ward, they were transferring some kind of deadly material with them, which was causing the pregnant mothers to become ill. To test his theory, Semmelweis required all doctors and students to adopt a simple ritual. Before beginning a delivery, doctors at the hospital would now be required to wash their hands. Almost instantly, the death rate would plummet from 1 in 50, 1 in 10, 1 in 5 to 1 in 50, matching the 2% which midwives had achieved. Today, of course, we understand that hand washing eliminates much of the risk of infection. At the time, however, the germ theory was yet to be developed, and Semmelweis was considered a fraudster and a loon. The prevailing medical theory of the time was something called miasma theory, an idea that bad air is what causes most illness. The thought that modern, sophisticated doctors, agents of healing, could somehow be unwitting vectors of death was unthinkable. It didn't help that Semmelweis was quite rude to his peers. He wrote angry, insulting letters, berating them for their murderous ignorance. Semmelweis would ultimately lose his place at the hospital. He descended quickly into ill health and would die shortly afterwards in an insane asylum at the age of 47. At around the same time, Pasteur would begin publishing work that would lead germ theory to dominance, laying the foundation for our present-day understanding of the invisible enemy, which Semmelweis had warned against. Although his understanding was incomplete and his ability to influence others was abysmal, Semmelweis can still be respected for introducing a life-saving ritual into modern medicine, a ritual to ward against an invisible enemy. As an aside, it does feel a little cheeky to say, as the podcast from which I cribbed this story did, that Semmelweis invented hand washing. There are many thousand-year-old traditions throughout the global South that include ablution and antiseptic plants in their religious and medicinal practices. Hand washing was not invented in Vienna. Nevertheless, the story is fascinating. In my unabashed pursuit of metaphor, I stumbled upon this thought. If hand washing is a ritual for warding off invisible evil, then today, Taalu is a ritual for welcoming invisible good. The first yet powerful invisible good that we welcome today is learning. Like a virus, like gravity, like the nucleus of an atom, learning is invisible to the naked eye, yet it is undoubtedly powerful. Our ability to acquire, develop, and transmit knowledge within and across generations, our ability to learn is the cornerstone of human civilization. It is invisible, but like Semmelweis's germs, we can theorize about it. So when Dr. Demilade asks a question of her biology students and listens to their responses, she is trying to draw reasonable conclusions about what her students may or may not have learned. She is looking for evidence of something which she cannot observe directly. As a trained scientist, she will use this evidence to adjust her approach, to dig deeper, move faster, and to help her students reach their true potential. This is part of what makes education so fascinating. We know that it matters, we know why, but we cannot observe it directly. In fact, reasonable people can disagree quite vehemently about what even counts as evidence. This should give us pause, invite us to question our assumptions, and encourage us to think carefully about the evidence we collect. Year ones, welcome. The most powerful changes you will undergo in the next 2 years will be invisible. The more that you can do to collect and gather evidence by journaling, by talking things through with your peers, by capturing and recording the work of which you are most proud, the more visible you will make your own growth. These are the rituals, the habits, the tools that you can use to invite and nurture this invisible good. Year twos, as you begin to chart your paths beyond ALA, ask yourselves, what have I learned about learning? What is my evidence? The second invisible good that we celebrate today, you will not be surprised to hear me say, is community. Most of us, and especially our year ones, are experiencing this afternoon's ceremony by ourselves, sitting somewhere in a room, on a couch, maybe somewhere strange we've had to visit in order to get online. For some, the nearest ALAN is many, many kilometers away. When the ceremony is over, we will close the window, unplug our earphones, and there will be no direct sensation left of this place, these people. The entire thing may just as well be imaginary. But the invisible force is there. Community is predicated on separation. Without individuals, a community cannot exist. And according at least to some humanist African philosophers, without community, the individual can never achieve their full potential. I point in this direction because I want you to think about what it means to practice community. Like love, faith, hope, and curiosity, community is deeply powerful, but only made visible through practice. For one thing, learning about and coming to know yourself, choosing what from yourself you will share. That is an act of community. So read, write, clarify your thoughts and share them. Moreover, there is community in conversation. Perhaps the greatest teacher is a friend, a true and trusted friend who is different from you. Someone who has and will continue to experience life in ways vastly different from your own. So listen. Listening to is a practice of community. Unlike nuclear forces, learning and community do not happen inevitably. Sure, we can learn accidentally and community can spring up organically, but it is with intention that they arrive at their full potential. Today is a celebration and a calling together of ALA as an intentional learning community. Each of us practicing alone and together the rituals that invite the invisible good. Every year at around this time, I try to remind everyone of a phrase which I think captures most of what I have to say. I have recently learned that in rhetoric, this device is called anti-metaboly. Shout out to Mr. Morake for sending me down this delicious learning rabbit hole. Anti-metaboly is when you invert the grammatical structure of a phrase in a way that can be cheesy or cutesy, but that hopefully prompts further reflection. So for example, Aristotle is said to have shared, eat to live, not live to eat. Some other wise person once said, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. You all know what I'm going to say. Year ones, you deserve to be here, and here deserves you to be. Let me close by paraphrasing this week's seminal reading from the eminently quotable Miss Adichie. May you all enjoy a journey that leaves you full of opinions. And may those opinions come from an informed, humane, and broad-minded place. Good luck.
Thank you so much, Dean Hattem. Thank you so much. I'm reading the comments in the chat, but I think two things that stood out for me was that learning is an invisible good. It's invisible to the naked eye, but it's extremely powerful, and community is only powerful through practice. And I think it's important for us to remember that. I'm seeing amazing comments. Somebody said here, bruh, Dean is the avatar, the way he's bending words, right? I told you guys he was good. Then somebody else said here, I don't think I'm ready for such eloquence during philosophy classes. You're not, and you're going to learn a lot of different lingo. So thank you so much, Dean Hattem. I hope you guys were all inspired. And year ones, again, we are so excited to see you and to have you on our campus. Okay, so we're going to ask the year ones a couple of questions. Again, I'm going to ask you one question. If you have the answer for it, please make sure that you raise your hand and you will be unmuted. And the question is, year ones, what is your favorite music from home and why is it the best on the continent? Is it What type of Afrobeats is it? What is your favorite music? Please make sure that you raise your hand so that we can unmute you. Please introduce yourself and tell us where you are from. Okay, let's wait for someone and let's see who we are unmuting. The right answer is WizKid. Okay, anybody, let's see. Admin, are you going to unmute someone? Have you guys, somebody better say, I'm a piano. Please make sure that you raise your hand in the chat function. Don't physically raise your hand because they won't see you. Okay. While we wait, I'd like to let you know that if you come to ALA, you are going to dance. I remember coming to Taalu and I was a bit overwhelmed because they played music at the end and everyone was dancing to every single type of music. And it was so much fun. So I'm excited to see how you all dance and make sure that you have Shazam so that you can get new music. Yeah, I'm so excited for all of you guys to be back on campus. So somebody's saying Burna Boy isn't still the African. Don't play Burna Boy. Oh, okay. I'm a piano, bandana. Okay, who do we have? Hello.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. My name is Okushe. I'm from South Africa. And obviously piano is the best because you can jam to it and you can study to it at the same time.
Thank you so much. So I'm a piano, apparently. Let's get 2 more people. Can somebody raise their hand? Other music, well, what music from your country is the best and why is it the best on the continent? Let's see. So we have I'm a piano as one. Let's see if there's another. Hello.
Hi, I am Mohammed Sharif and I'm from Liberia. The music that was sent on the Google Sheet is what I'm going to talk about. I feel that the music is the best music in Africa or in the world because the music talk probably about the independence of Liberia. And then it's not very in English that everybody will understand. It's in the Liberian slang that mostly Liberians understand. So the music talk about we don't want war because Liberia was in 14 years of war. So we don't want any gunshot. All we want is peace and freedom. So the music was sung on the Independence Day. So during every independence celebration, that music is played everywhere. So I feel that it is the best music. It brings peace to Liberia. And then carry our mind back to the suffering our people went through during the Civil War. So I think that's it.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like I just got a history lesson. Thank you so much. That is so cool. One last person. What is your favorite music from home? Sauti Sol. I love Sauti Sol. Oh my gosh, guys. Like, oh my word, love Sauti Sol. Okay, last person. What is the best music on the African continent? Okay, raise your hand and then admin will select you. We have Omar. Hello, Omar.
Hello, everyone. My name is Omar. I'm from Egypt. My favorite music taste is the Egyptian trap music. It's a new generation of rap music. So, but I think the best music in Africa is the Afro scene. Africa, like I listen to music called Live and Die in Africa, and I love it so much. So I like this scene. So I hope it will be more comfortable for me to listen to this music, and I hope I will enjoy it. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you so much. I have never heard of Egyptian trap music. I've literally never heard of it. I'm sure it's so cool. Thank you. Yeah, Egyptian trap or rap. I think it's trap or rap. I don't know, but I know that it's really cool. It looks like Egyptian trap. That must be really cool. Okay, speaking of music, we're now going to start the Pride of Nations. So everybody get ready to walk onto stage. And your ones, welcome again. We are going to start the Pride of Nations. Okay, have fun.
Algo mais que a neve é o meu amor por ti. Angola parou quando eu te escolhi.
Zara, come dance today.
Aqui, me fazes tão feliz, ninguém acerta assim. E essas novinhas não podem te preocupar, porque não sabem o que tive de passar para chegar aqui. Ai, como eu sofri, cuidaste bem de mim. Ai, tu não és da Versace, és do tempo do São Paulo. Teu amor é coisa séria, mamã. Séria, mamã, é séria.
Oi, my bawe, my barupi, riba twana.
الشباني ضربيها تخدم عليك وعليها ضربيها الشباني ضربيها تخدم عليك وعليها.
Magic mix, call it the magic. Ay, 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 ay. Hey, ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Hey, ay, 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 ay. Kila tukiachana wakikuona wanachana kwamba miss eleweki, si kama tiki eti tena sina riski. Roho zao zinauma wakitona sisi tukivuma, penzi letu likishine wanakosa raha, wao wana panic. Hata nikiwa nawe macho yao wanakodo, yeah, wakitujali zaidi.
Baby, my daddy, go bless him.
Local. If you want something, come ask daddy. Cause if I'm working, it's all for you. I pray is about you. If I got you on my way, baby, my daddy, go bless him. De tout et de tout, façon je l'aime aussi de tout. La go-camera est trop jolie, elle est ma African lady. De tout et de tout, façon je l'aime aussi de tout. La go-camera est trop jolie, elle est ma African lady. Oh ah, every time I step out of my casa, pretty ladies everywhere I walk. Moula, je te jure, je wonder. Est-ce une Wadi ou encore une fille body? Mouna Sawa, elle me voit façon les West. Bindi, bindi, oh, follow la vibe, oh. Baby, wine for me, baby, twerk for me. Baby, danse la sicko, je llamo ton dombolo. De tout et de tout, façon je la llamo, c'est de tout. La go-camera est trop jolie, elle est ma African lady. De tout et de tout, façon je la llamo, c'est de tout. La go-camera est trop jolie, elle est ma African lady. Perica, c'est ma nana, quand tu la vois, ferme-la.
La nuit c'est la nuit, tous les chats sont gris. Au programme, aucun rendez-vous. C'est vrai, on n'a rien, mais on consomme jusqu'au matin. Ce qui est sûr, on est là. C'est Dieu qui nous protège tôt ou tard. Le jour va s'élever.
Oh, oh, même Paris connaît. Abidjan est le plus doux au monde. Hein? Oh, il y a de comment de gros choses. Ça y est. Parmi nous, il y a des fous.
دي بركة كعب وهتعملها قصاد الدنيا هتقولها وخد بقى عهد تعدلها سكت كتير خدت ايه مصر بسكوتك ما تستخسرش فيها صوتك بتكتب بكرة بشروطك دي بشرة خير قوم نادي عالصعيدي وابن اخوك البورسعيدي والشباب الاسكندراني اللمة دي لمة رجال وانا هاجي مع السوهاجي والقناوي والسيناوي والمحلاوي اللي مية مية والنوبة الجمال ما توصيش السوايسة الدنيا هايصة كده كده والاسماعيلاوية يا مكان العدا كلمني عالشرقوة واحنا ويا بعض اقوى واحنا ويا بعض اقوى واملنا كبير نادي عالصعيدي وابن اخوك البورسعيدي والشباب
They'll sell a dream and kill self-esteem. These powers and regimes, they bring more pain and disease with no cure reliefs. I'm good feeling free with the rivers and the sun and the trees, with the spirits out there humbling me. Baby, won't you say some loving for me? You know the rules of the birds and the bees. I'll tell you where they want me to be, trapped in my mind without any keys. But I found a passion for the roots and the seeds, for our history and all in between. Hope it won't be long till we get it right. There's a tunnel but I see the light. All the nights you were alone trying to get it right. We'll put up a fight. They won't break our spirit when we're feeling alive. Redemption and freedom gives me reason to survive. Jah guide and protect we, 'cause Babylon has no mercy. Yeah. The King of Kings give me strength and power now. And some of them are not worthy. All this time it's been nothing but a war. Bodies dropping, who's keeping score? History done shown us we've been here before, yet there's still so much pain we endure. Let my brother stay alive, let my sister keep a smile. Hope my family's still around when I pass it to my child. Let my nephew live his dreams, Lord, keep his heart clean. Let him shine through this life, firm, strong, and free. I tell you where they want we to be, trapped in our minds without any keys. But I found a passion for the roots and the seeds, for our history and all in between. Hope it won't be long till we get it right.
Now, Tida Bena Sheriff Abeba, turning catcher into Toby Moment Comeda. Vegetable swimming mental can be seen the summer finno when it's such a man. Said the Sikuma Jimmy who will be a cell. But say hi, because it made me say that be a yo. So for Timothy Semen Kotoka one show. Send a day I be a media, my wife level. You were always on my mind. 24/7 think about you all the time. My mom is so many Bolivia, man, no deny. This time around, my sister, I promise on my life. What up? Send me Pia, maybe Fientem. Okuku Sekulipa, who meant Yensem. I brought me back a word, nephew to men. Into me, Sada Messiah. What up? Now, we never go, baby. Alright. So, you know what time it is. Now, what else? Alright. That's it. Let's go. Now, Makoma shime na bra. Yeah, me yeah into big game. Odo kafra. It was the work of the devil, but you bunya mi bia. Yes, someone no ni hunti na masha jalabia. Inkene beka sheriff amin kwabu fai. And rame babu fie so go pamo me seka kai. O papa kwana shoke me dwen me so die. Otumpa wampo bo me mani kame eye. But you are always on my mind. 24/7 think about you all the time. My mom is so minya boni bia man no deny. This time around my sister, I promise on my
Dedo ya
mafutana. Yeah, alina sharata. Yeah, baba mafutana. Yeah, alina sharata. Yeah, baba mafutana.
Alright. Hey. Di sofe mona dula bana basamati. Di fakwa sama seru bana bakutan di kati. Ese manyora kabo juvi ako tlase. Nagna linyo ko bana anyo nyanga sate. Kina moreki jwelo wala edasaka. Hadele batla kiri nise jwala baka. Na haikita wakija fondi matafule. Lese du joku zagala di sakta mune. Na tamo bana tabalu di boka. Hapala seta fosho kabaka e doja kare eno kwa mineza kare 6 years. Kare baby I'm coming out of dunya nage.
Liberia. It's your day. It's time to party. This is real fight. Doing it for y'all. I am proud to be a Liberian, and I don't care what anybody go say. I will jump and sing and shout hooray, 'cause today is our Independence Day. Liberia, oh our day. Liberia, we are free. Liberia, no more war. Liberia, Liberia, our day. Liberia, we are free. 'Cause today is our day. Liberia, now my country, now my motherland. Land I be.
Yeah, souvent c'est compliqué.
Kanu tara yorojana ale mason segima. Jarabi tara yorojana ale mason segima. Nterini ngabe diza ni jarabi ma feganyalo ni. Nterini.
wanande mwina wamba wifiro ndanganezoko aposi wananda mwina wamba wifiro ndanganezoko mwase sitasile.
It's Kelpie Vibes.
Zlatan.
From Nigeria.
Yeah, I'm killing them shot. Because I swear God, if I go killing them back. Rob, we go to win them like that. Oh God, boy, make a no be a belly jack. Make you know they feel like kulala. Jala mi jala. Where the money, na 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 na. Money alone. We making money rush like Indomie. Suppose that's your word, my lordy. Baby, show my Giuseppe's a naughty. Yeah, I'm killing them shot. Because I swear God, if I go killing them back. Rob, we go to win them like that. Oh God, boy, make a no be a belly jack. You're not tired, fellas, so what's your excuse? It is better there's nothing you can do. Oh yeah, guess I penny to the fetch a coffee. Pile, mo wale the other of my son. Oh yeah, ude. Zlatan, pile, bona le wale. One more pule for one of me shade. Won't be a mikere, this move you for fairy. Oh yeah, hallelujah. Rapita, let us say bit suya. Mayakoya, let us keep on a bima. Ebuka la sola God, la shida. La safuto kotoko. Mutibole kumani di kodibu. Kapag mari to park where kuni mo pato mo besa ku wale money ko fe shaku. See I'm killing them shot. Because I swear God if I go kill them back. Rob, we go to win them like that. Oh God, boy, make a no be a belly jack. Yeah. Back in the days then they used me to yeah. What's on my wrist and my neck, keep it that yo. I know they look Gucci, and they done yo. Below. Money alone. We making money rush like Indomie. Suppose that's your word, my lordy. Baby, show my Giuseppe's a no.
baba tëggal ma fi laa juddoo fi laa yaroo man mi Parcelles moom laay ndamoo Parcelles dug leen seen doom ji way na leen man suma sañoon suma mënoon man di leen way ba dee Parcelles
Sister Bettina. All right. In the meantime, oh shit, it's happening tonight. In the place to be. Human. You better see Lubu Shabetu. 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 Who's better? In the meantime, you better see Lubu Shabetu. 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 Who's better? Hibari kona zolata. Hibari kona zolata. In the meantime, hibari tibiribi. Hibari tibiribi. Hibari tibiribi. Hibari tibiribi. Hibari tibiribi. In the meantime, hibari sahamba manj. Sahamba manj, siete bad. In the meantime, hibari. Apa masalu in the meantime, in the chabus in the mix. Hibari. Inkalik bondi pi ya pesulu. Inkalik bondi pi. Hibari kono zolata. In the meantime, hibari si lubu shabetu. Hibari si lubu shabetu. Hibari si lubu shabetu. Oh, si lubu shabetu. Oh, spete na mantana. In the meantime,
Hibari tibiribi posa. Oh, tibiribi posa. Hibari tibiribi posa. Hibari tibiribi posa. Hibari. In the meantime, siga.
Hibari, give in the food. In the meantime, hibari si lubu shabetu. Hibari si lubu shabetu.
Udlala kabi uma uthi uyangithanza
Platinums.
It's Kelpie Vibes.
So get down, hey.
Jaja, your body, Jaja. Jaja, your body, Jaja. No. Jaja, your body, Jaja. No. Jaja, your body, Jaja, baby. Jaja, your body, Jaja. Jaja, your body, Jaja. Jaja, your body, Jaja. Jaja, your body, Jaja.
I saw your love give me fever. All the time you come and then the shiver. Now you be the one, just believe it. La diva, my diva. Oh, you turn Batman to Cena with your sexy body, Carolina. For your love, I go fight like John Cena. Hata kama nikiwa nguvu sina, kupe kila kitu mchana kwa usiku, tufanye mavitu, baby mavitu.
من صولي حوس لي برور في الغربة، عديت أيامي درت البلدان كل مخمور، نشوف في خيالك في منامي،
شوف في ثياب عليك تغور، نسات اللي احنا ليك مالي، من دمعاتك بنا وقصور، ونسى احوالك واحوالي،
نرجع لك ديما ديما ونفرفت فرح، ما نحرفيز نلاقيك القديمة ما بدات البرح، نرجع للات البدور فني وغرامي، بعرق نكفر صغاري ونسقي نواري.
Nzenesi tene mazamu, dunia tene mazamu, tenkozesa bintu bichamu, segu ya mwanadamu, kuba bamu muli bachamu, muli bachamu. Nze ndiwo okubeera nice, oyagalako opportunity nkuwaka chance, wano dole ngulira chai, ow'amatanga kuliko n'amajani, waliwo banchunya mu biri ebizibu, nga baagala ngweve mu mirimu, basibi right now tope, wamatubale, 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 kuba kati yefe baliko, yefe valiyu, yefe simbo, numatuba ndi single, one day nja kubeera dabo, awa midule sidu, sigino chusa zikube munju, if you are not onayita manji, bali tubalike badde mujuju, fe tulye mbona suga na nsuju.
Think we got another one. MK Makitu. White till I in the pants. Isabuno.
nsongerera ulya kikashana umutima wakwe kuti mwakutana kwe ebyo binyumayo vyakula ndashibwete mama napeka alaine mikutemwa mama napeka yala isakuno iwatakwelyashi yakulanga nobe mayo achira nsongerera ulya kikashana umutima wakwe kuti mwakutana ebyo binyumayo vyakula ndashibwete mama napeka alaine mikutemwa
emukewa kitu kana kumona iwe rapeka nishi ine na ufako beta Oh yeah, oh yeah, mambo. 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 Oh yeah. Oye mambo, oye mambo wangu oye, oye mambo, oye mambo wangu oye, oye mambo.
That was so good. Snap, 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 snap. That was so good. People are saying, let's move. Okay, that was so good. Oh my goodness, that was so much fun. People are saying, let's move LA campus to Addis. Could we get the Taalu playlist, please? And then don't be fooled by the Kenyans that came on stage. You can see that there were like 25 million, but actually there's like 50 million back home. But something I noticed is that the Kenyans, I think you better watch out. It looks like the Nigerians may be taking over the campus. So the joke is that half of LA is like Kenyan, but there are a lot of Nigerians coming through. Thank you. Excited. Ruche, thank you for the music video. Sister Bettina was played. There was a question on whether or not the M in MFC stands for Morocco or Mozambique, but I think that it actually stands for Munira. We are sorry. We're clearly not ready for you. You know, LA is obviously not ready for you. And then Maxi, where was your backpack? So guys, the joke is, by the way, Maxi's a student. He's a year 2 student, and he always has his backpack, but he never had it. So I guess anything can happen in 2020. Anyways, that was so exciting. I'm so glad we got to see all of you guys. And as you can see, that we are a very, very diverse community. And as a diverse community, there are a number of healthy debates that happen on the campus. And we would like you to take part in them. So what's going to happen, you guys are going to see a poll coming up on your Zoom. And if you are a student or a faculty member, you will see a poll and you need to answer the following questions. Okay, so question number 1. Which country makes the best jollof rice? Is it Nigeria? Is it Ghana? Is it Senegal? Or what is even jollof rice? I mean, can you please talk about pilau? But anyways, then the second question would be, which of the following is the best maize meal? Is it pap? Is it fufu? Is it ugali? Or what is even maize? And then the last question would be, who has the best Arabic dialect? Is it Morocco, Sudan, Egypt, Tunisia, or I'm sure some of you are like, is there even more? Is there more than one Arabic dialect? Guys, we're going to have a lot of these conversations on campus, so I think we should start voting now. So you should have a poll up, vote for them, and we'll see who gets to win. Okay, let's see. There's no poll. Okay, if there is no poll, that's okay. Just put it in the comment. Put it in the comment. So guys, there's no poll. Sorry, my bad. Put it in the comments. I'm gonna read some of the comments. The Jollof contest shouldn't exist. Nigeria is the only right option. Ooh. Tunisia sing when they speak Arabic. Wow. Okay. Senegal, Pap, Ugali. There's no poll, by the way, guys. So just put your comments in the chat. What else? Nigerian jollof, Ghanaian jollof, Tunisian Arabic all the way, Nigeria for life, fufu. Even Senegal can understand, but Ghana jollof was trash. Guys, that's me. Sudanese pop is obviously the best. Okay, couscous. I mean, I feel like they should have put pilau as well. You know, East African babes. Kenyan chapatis, ugali. Okay, so that is so exciting. So you'll see that we'll continue to have this debate when you get onto campus. I'm so excited to see you all again. To see you, I keep saying that I am, but I'm genuinely excited to see every single one of you. Okay, so I guess that's it from us, from the team, from the Taalu team. I would just like to thank you, all of you, for joining and for being so involved in everything. My name is Miss Sanyu. I am part of the BEST department, the EL department, and thank you again for joining us. I can't wait to see you in part 2 of Taalu. We will give you a date later on, but thank you so much. Have fun, have an amazing week, and we will see you soon. Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Ciao,
Goodbye, Samuel.
Hello. Hi, how are you? Mr.
سامي كيف يمثلني؟
يلا باي يا شباب ربنا معاكم كلكم. Goodbye.
Quand j'ai fini de barrer, j'ai gagné mon argent. Même si c'est pas milliard, je peux jamais dire que Dieu m'a pas donné l'argent. Même si c'est 10 000, c'est l'argent. Euro, dollar, c'est l'argent. Ça fait courant. Je me dis bon, l'argent, c'est l'argent. C'est Dieu qui est fort. C'est l'argent. Dis-moi la plus grande richesse, c'est le fait de se lever en pleine forme et de